Hi, I wanted to talk to everybody about, the reasons why I made YouTube videos, and also thank everyone who has continued to watch my videos. I really appreciate it. But the reason why I made videos was over the last 4 years, I went through a series of injuries, and I talked a little bit about that in a couple of my videos. But I never really said what those injuries were, and and you know what to what extent they affected me. Well, I had to have both my feet worked on, where I had bone spurs on both of my feet, and I had to have those ground off, and then I had to have the ligaments in both legs lengthened. And that's not life-threatening or anything. It's just set you back, and as to a rockhound, it's hard to get around. I had to have my left shoulder extensive work done on it. I had, lots of arthritis in the ball of it. I had busted my collar one time, and I had bone spurs, and then I had to have the ligaments reattached to the bone up in there. So that there was very painful. But a year ago today, I was pretty much in a boot cast. So my first two videos I did before I had surgery. And the reason why I did videos was to prompt me to get back out there. I figured if there was 1, 2 people watching them, I'd get back out there and make more. And my friends, they always asked me, what it was like out where I was at, and they always said, oh yeah, I'd love to go, but they never did. So I told them about it, and very few of them watched, but that's okay. But other people, they liked them, some didn't. That's okay too. I mean, everybody has their things they like. And I knew when I did the videos that, I probably wasn't going to put out anything too spectacular. I was just, the scenery was going to be the better of everything, and what you find, those things are the best part. I didn't realize, I had no understanding of how, the internet worked or any of that. I figured, I'll just figure that out as I go, which, yeah, I did a little bit. But it was interesting what people wanted to see. Some of that I would never do. I'm not going to get overly excited over something I know that's not that exciting. And and then they always wanted to see finished product, which I never did. Because before I even had those injuries, I had other injuries that stopped me from doing those types of work. I had a injury to my right arm in the elbow that left me for quite some time not being able to do anything. And then I had 3 surgeries in my right hand, so making cabochons and setting stones I couldn't do. But I loved rockhounding so much that I found other ways to get around that. And that was the buying and selling of rocks, which I've done for years. It allows you to go out rockhound, go to the big sales like down in south, the big wholesales. Those are great. They're a lot of fun. And you buy up a lot of stuff, and it taught me, what is the more valuable stone, especially when I'm out rockhounding. I look at things as value because that's what I've done all the time. If I say that's very nice, I already know there's a monetary value to that, and I already pretty much know somebody that's going to buy it. So I look at it a little differently than, that would look nice in a pennant, Well, I never got to do a whole lot of that, so, I know that it would look nice in a pennant. I just never got to do it. But this year out there was a lot of fun. got me back out, and I knew I had to get there because, well, the last 4 years I was on Oxycontins all the time, pain pills all the time, and you got to get off them. And that was one thing that was going to focus me on something else, and that's what I did. And now, at the end, like now, what I'm looking at for the future on Rockhound and stuff, I'm not going to be, down in the lowlands. I'm going up high, and I got some climbs to do, and I hadn't been able to think about that in years, and that's a good feeling. That's a real good feeling. Sun's come out finally. But now it's at the time of the year that, well, this morning I looked over at the hills and there was snow down to about 1,000 feet. So it's this time of the year that you just do other things, and that's what I had been doing, is going through my rocks and stuff, and I noticed in a couple of them that I missed something when I picked them up, was that I was very close to a source, and I didn't notice that till just the other day. I was looking, and I realized that I'm going to have to spend a lot more time in some areas and find that source. Okay, I had my camera cut out on me, and but I was talking about going up after the source, and that's what I'll probably be doing quite a bit next year. Kind of boring stuff to watch, but a lot of fun to do. A lot of detective work, things like that. So I don't know how many videos I'll actually be doing, next year. I had plans of some other hikes, but they're farther away, and this here interests me enough that I'm gonna really research it a bunch. So, but we'll see where that all goes. But it's been a great year, and I really appreciate everybody that's watched, and I hope everybody gets out there and has their own adventures to post. And that would be one of the things that I would strongly suggest to anybody that has to get out and do something. This here, it really taught me a lot of things, but it got me out there, and that's a great feeling. So thank you, everybody. But in between those videos,